Welcome back, everybody. This is the Off the Menu Podcast, episode 105. I'm your host, Tay. I'm here with my brother, my co-host, Harrison.
What's good?
Throw him off a peak. And on today's episode, we have a very special guest. We have Mr. Balduvian Bears, singer, songwriter, producer, go-getter, big stepper, going crazy.
Tight.
Hell yeah.
Balduvian Bears is a fucking hard ass name, honestly.
Yeah, that name goes crazy.
Thank you. I got some lore on it. Nothing special.
Well, like, do you play Magic?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
And I know like there is like history of Balduvian like Vikings. Yeah. I was looking through this shit. I was like, hold on, where the fuck did he get this from?
Yeah, what's up with this name?
Yeah.
It's a very unique name, first of all. But before we get the episode started, we have IT technical support in the back. Sifu Ying.
Gunshots. Oh no.
Gunshots. Yeah. You want something else? You want to?
I knew it was coming.
There you go. But thank you guys for watching thus far. Episode 105 Off the Menu Podcast. We're happy to be here. We have Mr. Balduvian Bear. Bears. That threw me off, dude. It throws me off so much because I thought I saw his name, met him in person. I was like, wait, it's just one person. and then I go and listen to the music, and I'm like, is this one person or two?
He's equivalent to bears.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
He's two bears in one.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what it is.
Two bears in one.
Yeah. That is the equation for the name, okay, guys? But we're going to go ahead and get the episode started with the question, who are you and what do you do?
Okay, yeah. My name is Zach. Zachary Anderson, a.k.a. Balduvian Bears. I'm a producer. I make beats. I used to rap. My rapper name, I had a couple. Prophet, Prozac.
Oh, that's pretty tough.
Yeah. Producer, audio engineer,
Really? Okay.
all that stuff.
How long you been doing it for?
I started in 2014, I believe.
Damn, that's 10 years, bro.
Yeah. A while, yeah. It took me a while to like really get into the engineering aspect. I was just like making beats and stuff on my computer, and wasn't until like the last couple of years where I really got into like actually taking it serious.
Mm-hmm. What got you into making music?
It's actually funny. When I was a kid, I wanted a paintball gun, and my mom was like, "Yo, if you learn this song on the guitar, I'll give you a paintball gun."
Really?
Right? So I was like, hell yeah, you know. So I sat down on the YouTube and had a guitar, and I watched the dude play it and tried to figure it out. And after like an hour or two, I was able to figure it out. Sounded really shitty, but I learned it, you know. And after that, I really loved the guitar, and you know, I'd learn all my favorite songs. I listened to a lot of like classic rock and stuff like that, so I'd learn those. And then junior high came around, and I found out that rap was actually cool. And I started making beats. I was like, I'm going to be a rapper, you know?
Right.
And
were you playing on an acoustic guitar or was it electric guitar?
It was an electric, unplugged. But
I mean, yeah, I hear you. Okay.
Yeah, same.
Did you just have one, or did your parents just have a guitar for you? Like, hey, dude, Zach, I want you to play the guitar.
Yeah. I had one. They bought me one for Christmas when I was like 3, but I would just like slap it and shit. Wouldn't actually play with it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And it was the same guitar that you got when you were 3.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And you said that was elementary. You were like in grade school when you were.
Yeah, I think it had to have been around like 5th or 6th grade, where I was like, all my homies were into paintball and stuff, like airsoft guns, and I was like, oh, I need to get a paintball gun. So I was like, yo, Mom. She's like, do this and I'll get you one.
We've had this guitar for fucking 5 years, son.
Yeah, put this thing to work. My mom's a really big music nerd too. And
What song was it?
It's called Emerald Eyes by Jimmy Page.
Okay.
From Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
It's like one of his solo albums.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
It was a pretty hard song to learn for your first song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like that.
I think any song would be
Yeah.
hard, but yeah, that one was. Even now, it's like it's kind of an advanced song to. I feel like, I mean, I guess a beginner song would probably be something with just basic chords, just strumming. But that one's kind of like technical.
You have to
a little
pick
bit.
a little bit, and you have to.
Yeah, there's like weird things you do with your hands. It's hard to explain, but
I hear you. So you could play it now, and it sounded a lot better.
Yes, a lot
Okay.
better. Yeah,
Okay.
I forgot the first part of it, but I can play the second part, and sounds way better than not these days.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you started making music 10 years ago.
Mhm.
It started off as you just making beats and stuff, right? Or did you write to your songs first?
Yeah, just started off with making beats. I was really into like Pro Era and Flatbush and all those guys.
Yeah.
New York.
I was with all my homies. We were trying to make a collective or whatever, you know.
Skating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And I was making old school boom bap beats, and then I would write raps over them, and I kept doing it for a while, and got better eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you have your transitional phase from a rapper to what you're doing now?
Yeah, so it's a bit of a long story, but I think I can shorten it up.
You're fine. We have a whole podcast
We
for
got a
that.
whole
That's why you're on here.
episode.
Let's go. So basically, yeah, I did beats and trying to be a rapper up until about, I think it was like the end of high school.
Yeah.
Even after I graduated for a bit. I graduated in 2019. And
really? Okay.
I mean, my music taste has always been pretty broad. I love classic rock, reggae, rap. But I mean, some of my favorite stuff growing up was obviously like The Cure and kind of like shoegazy stuff like that.
Right.
I went into a drug induced psychosis for a while. It was about 6 months long.
Damn.
From mushrooms and just mixing a bunch of crazy shit together. And after that, I kind of forgot how to make. It felt like I forgot how to make music, so I tried to make music again. It was super hard, just because my mind was still like recovering. And I don't know. I guess after that, kind of made the decision like all of the homies that I ever have, they all have made rap, and it seems like a lot of people are trying to make rap.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I think I want to try something else. And so I made my first song, Shadow, as kind of just like, I'm going to try something different.
Right.
And it actually ended up sounded really good. So I was like, that kind of birthed the whole project. And now I kind of ventured into like, not just with Balduvian Bears, that type of stuff, but like trying to make like more new metal sounding shoegaze stuff and just more on the alternative side rather than like hip hop beats and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I still do, but
Wow. That's like a crazy period is that in time that a lot of people were coming up and making music during like 2010s. Like a lot of our friends and people that we know were trying to make music and become rappers. Mm-hmm. And then they figure it out. It's like once you learn how to be a rapper, is like you can actually go into pretty much any other field of it.
Yeah.
Because you kind of just understand. It's like, okay, if you have this genre of music, and then it's like, nah, I can do something else. Really, like the whole Post Malone thing going on right now. Yeah. Like how he dropped 27 songs on a country album.
it's crazy.
Crazy. But he knew eventually he can do it. He just needed to find a way to get there.
Yeah.
And was do rap. Rap saves a lot of people. Hip hop saves a lot of people's lives. And gets people to where they need to be.
It does. It's a very like emotional thing too. A lot of the time, like when I would write raps in the past, it'd mostly be about like, my struggles and shit like that, or just like storytelling, kind of like a journal,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's like if you can make words sound good on a hip hop beat, especially like fast, like rap is, then you could probably find the pocket in any other kind of genre of music.
It's true.
So,
Did you grow up in Utah?
I did. Yeah, I've been here my whole life.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up here?
I grew up. I was born in Salt Lake City, but lived in Magna for the first couple years of my life, and then from then on, I started school up in Davis County, and I kind of just hopped up around like Layton, Farmington, Bountiful. Bountiful is where I graduated from, and yeah, just up in Davis County mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was your music before you actually started making music? So like, how did you get into it really? Like, so you got the guitar, so you did the guitar stuff and you're like, okay, I can make music. But then what was like the eye-opening thing is like, damn, I can really like make music, and this is like a career that I still want to, go with.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. I think the first time I kind of realized that I have some sort of talent was when I was doing raps and like back in high school. And, you know, I'd be like on Twitter, like trying to like hit up shotties and stuff. And like, I'd be like, hey, like, you know, I was talking to this one girl and I was like, yo, I make music. You should go check this out. And I sent her the link and she was like, oh, I've already heard this. This shit's fire, you know? And I was like, oh, so it's like kind of getting around. And, you know, there was a period there where I was getting, you know, people would like ask me, oh, are you the one that does the raps? And I was like, oh yeah, you know. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I mean, very minuscule, but
yeah.
I was like, oh, people actually like it. And then recently, to like reinforce it, after I made Shadow, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a little EP now. And so I made the Hibernation EP, and I was like submitting to like get on playlists and stuff on Submit Hub.
Yeah.
And I accidentally submitted to a record label in Germany. They're like an independent record label. And they were like, yo, we love this. We'd like to talk to you about, you know, helping you out, like promoting your music and stuff. And I think just the fact that, and I ended up, you know, signing with them. So now they help promote my music. It's Dark Tunes in Germany.
Okay.
And I think just the fact that they, you know, people are submitting all the time to these playlists, and they like reached out to me and was like, yo, we want to, you know, work with you on this. I think that, you know, really helped me feel like, oh, like my music's good and it's to a level where people, you know, want to bump it and it sounds, you know, professional and like it's like I could actually do this seriously now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, that's dope. Just to submit a song on like a bunch of playlists, and then a label actually notices it and recognizes it.
Yeah.
Okay, like we actually like this.
Yeah.
And this is the sound that we would like to promote, you know? So, and I would say like you have a unique sound in a sense. There's not a lot of people that I know that are making this kind of music.
Yeah.
I'm aware of it to a degree. It almost sounds like goth.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
You know, but it's like I don't know. It's like punk, alternative, goth, like one of those almost, and it's almost like pop too, because the beats that you make, right? But then your voice over that, the way you sing is actually like that goth kind of feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to it, and I was listening to a few songs, and then I was like, man, it's like a song from like Stranger Things or something like that. You know, you know, that's like what I would hear, like the beginning, like a beginning of like an old like horror movie or something. You know, that's like something that's going on, like like the beginning of like the Halloween movie. Like, that's what I would hear.
Dude,
I just see a guy with a mask on with the knife, and he's just walking.
You can kind of play with the stories with your music too. So like you listen to the lyrics, but then when you listen to the beat, you're like, okay, this kind of puts me in a certain place. And that's why I think your music is really good in that, in a sense that, you know, some people just listen to music, but when you're actually listening to your music, it's like, oh man, that's the first time I'm hearing something. Like I've heard this in a while, and it's kind of putting like an image in my head, like like I can be kind of creative with the direction that you're going in.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I really appreciate that. That's crazy that you said that too about, you know, Stranger Things and like a horror movie and stuff. Because somebody actually recently told me the same thing. I think it was my mom. She's like, I sent her one of my new songs I was working on, and she's like, bro, we're watching Stranger Things right now. This should be on it. I was like, let's go. And I'm actually working on getting a music video done with Anthony from Rip Daydream.
There we go.
And I'm hoping to do like a slasher vibe for it,
That's tight,
for that album release that's coming up in October. So yeah, that's definitely what I try to go for, is like kind of like a cinematic sound. It's like one of my dreams actually, is to hopefully one day compose stuff for like films or video games, stuff like that.
That'd be tight.
That would be fire, dude. That would,
Yeah.
like I said, like when I was listening to it, I was listening to a bunch of it today to try to make sure I'm familiar with it. And then I was sitting there, I was like, man, the very first thing, I forgot what song I think, was it Reaper?
Yeah.
One of the songs, that was like one of the first songs I listened to, and I was like, okay, I can kind of hear this, and like this could be like on an album soundtrack, or it could be part of like a TV show or something, like an on-running, like some type of thriller. And that was the kind of feeling I was getting from it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then when I think I listened to another song, and I was like, man, this one sounds like it would be in Stranger Things. And then I was like thinking like the scene where Max is being like possessed, and they put the headphones on her. I was like, you need to just do something like that, but with like a bear doing it instead of Max just floating. That'd be crazy.
That'd be spooky, man. That's crazy.
So your transitional phase from a rapper to Balduvian Bears, how did you come up with the name?
Okay.
First of all, because that's, first of all, your music is unique in itself, but the name really just pulls everything together. Hard. And now it's like, I see the bears in all your like album images or like the song images. And I'm like, okay, he's telling a story through the images and through the music too.
Mm-hmm. He's fully immersed
immersed into it. Yeah.
I'm immersed into it. I really am. So honestly, the name kind of came by just kind of like a fluke in a way. I was like, I made the song, and at the time, it was like, I was like really deep into Magic, and I'd gotten my first like commander deck, and it was bears. It was the bear commander deck, and I was like thinking about what I'm gonna name this this project, and then that card popped into my head. It was called the Balduvian Bears, obviously, and like the album cover of it popped into my head, and I was like, I feel like that's what it is, and from there I kind of built like a story around it too, because especially my first EP, my first couple songs is like the first time of making music for a while, that I really like cared about, and I kind of like threw up all of my like the dark shit that was in my head into it, and so I was like, I'm gonna kind of like have this bear character be like my alter ego or like my shadow. That's like the song. It kind of all just kind of culminated together. And another thing too is I fucking love bears. Bears are badass, But yeah, Magic the Gathering, some nerdy shit.
That's still fire because
I saw that too, and I was like, wait. He has to play Magic if he's doing this.
Yeah,
now it makes sense.
Unless he has like history of a lineage of Vikings in his family, like
I might, man.
And he might, yeah.
That's like the direction I was going to. I was like, Balduvian Bears, and I started looking up Balduvian Bears, and I was like, okay, this makes sense. Then like the music now, it's like he has like this Viking feeling to it. I'm like, okay, it's like all of it's kind of making sense. And then now you say Magic, I'm like, what the hell? My imagination was going too wild.
Getting too deep, yeah. It definitely at the beginning was kind of like, it's just kind of fluky in a way, and then it really got serious, and I really liked the bear imagery too. But yeah, I like as deep as it seems. At the same time, I feel like when it comes to music, it's important to also not be too deep and kind of just go with what you're feeling.
Like you think is cool. Like whatever you like. Yeah. 100%.
You're having fun with it. Yeah. And that's like part of it. It's in a way you've kind of put everything together in all these different pieces of your life. And you made it this character, this persona, the shadow, right?
Yeah.
And now it's starting to fit into everything that you're doing.
So you're taking a grizzly bear over a gorilla then, aren't you?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, that's a tough argument. I don't know.
There's no way you're taking the gorilla.
Yes.
No, we're not taking. We're taking the grizzly bear.
I'm taking the gorilla, dude. We're not having this talk.
The only thing that the gorilla doesn't have is claws, bro.
Yeah. But you need claws when you're just.
Only way that gorilla's winning is he has a gun.
No, he's holding the gun, dude.
He's got the.
But we've seen Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah, we've
seen that.
Yeah, that ape is whooping a grizzly bear's ass.
Yeah, those.
Who is it, Caesar?
Sure.
When they're teaching him how to use the gun, and then he pulls up. Or no, not Caesar. It's the other one.
Koba.
Koba. Yeah, Koba.
Ape not kill ape.
The CGI on that scene though, when he's pulling up, he goes like this. The gun's all sideways. Dude, it's an AK-47. He has it sideways
like this.
Bro just goes and like just sprays a couple and walks off. It's like,
those are the craziest drive-by too, because he's walking back with one hand like this. He's
and
like,
he has the gun, bro.
And then he just throws the gun on the floor.
When he pulls up too, and he's like messing with them too. He's like playing with them.
Yeah,
like,
he's like, woo. Yeah, that
like,
shit's crazy.
That's a banger. We actually, me and Jordy, we just recently watched the
newest one.
The newest one, yeah.
I liked it. That one was really.
I haven't seen it.
That one was great.
It was good.
Was it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. Did Caesar die in the one?
Spoiler alert. He's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
But he died not in the new one, did he? He died in the one like the third one.
This one's like a big time skip though. That was a big time skip.
Okay.
For sure, for the new one.
We're like at least a couple hundred years in the future or something. Yeah.
Because they're trying to take over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They already took over. So they've at this Kingdom of Planet of the Apes is like they've skipped about 100 years into the future. and now they're just taking over the planet.
Imagine they add King Kong in this bitch. And
no, okay, that's too much. That's too much. And then it's definitely is theirs. Then it's like the humans don't want it anymore.
Humans are done. They're going to space. Bro.
That's how they're gonna cross over King Kong and Godzilla.
Yeah,
and then it's gonna be like that.
Planet of the Apes.
Right.
It's now his kingdom.
Multiverse and the crossovers. No, that'd be too crazy for sure.
Turn into Marvel at that point.
Like if you told me like a polar bear versus a gorilla, then I'd take a polar bear.
Polar bears are pretty fucking vicious.
They are pretty vicious.
They're crazier than grizzly bears.
Yeah.
I've seen a grizzly bear do cocaine, dude. Take them out, dude.
I think they are bigger than grizzly bears.
Are they?
Yeah, no,
one
they're
of the bigger bears. Yeah,
that's what when Joe Rogan talks about all the time. He talks about how this they were doing like an exploration, and then the polar bear was just jumping onto different ice blocks, and it finally got to them, and it killed one of them. And then he was like, dude, you can get away from a grizzly bear because they're harmless to a point, you know?
Yeah.
But a polar bear is going to kill you no matter what.
They want to eat.
Yeah.
They don't have any meat.
Yeah, they have no shit. Like, like if they see opportunity,
you're cooked.
The opportunities,
You know they're buffer because they swim all the time.
Yeah.
And if they be jumping from these ice blocks, that's crazy. I couldn't imagine being on that, like just seeing a grizzly bear, just like,
yeah.
Fuck that. I'd be so scared.
It'd be bad.
All right, so he's taking a bear, of course.
Yeah, bear for sure. I have to. I can't be a traitor.
Yeah, you can't be a traitor. He said that's my persona. Like, he's watching me. He's right behind me.
Yeah,
just imagine him going home and he closes the mirror and it's like a bear's like, "Why did you pick the gorilla?" He's like, "No, I'm sorry."
My bear mask just starts following me throughout the house.
He's like, "You were supposed to be with us."
So you were in your transitional phase now. You're making the Balduvian bear stuff.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the direction you kind of want to stick with? Because you are with Dark Tunes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is this something that they want you to keep doing this kind of music, or are they kind of open to you doing a lot more stuff?
I think, definitely in this realm is like with Dark Tunes, I'm gonna be doing this music because they don't really do much other than like metal,
right,
and like EBM and like just like gothic stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I sent them like a rap song, they'd probably be like, "Yo, what are you doing?" You know. I'll be working with them for a bit, and I want to continue working with them because they've helped a lot, and I really enjoy, the people that I work with there, and the artists are really good too, especially if you're into some gothic shit.
Yeah.
Some really cool stuff. There's also even like some EDM type shit that they do. Like there's a song by an artist called Basszilla, and he does like EDM stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, I've never had more fun and enjoyed making music for myself than I have with doing this thing. So I think it's definitely something I want to stick with for at least, the near future. And I mean, on the side, I'm working on other projects for other people. Like my friend Jordan here, he makes music. Shout out Ghoul333. He does like everything. He's got a crazy good voice, and I've done some stuff with Vamp. We create some songs that we'd like to call Zan Trap because it just kind of sounds zanned out, and then
oh my god, the shit
shout out
that
Euro Vamp.
Yeah,
Euro, Euro.
Shout out to Vamp, bro.
It would just be making sense too, and I'm like, fucking Christ.
Yeah, bro. Vamp's a goat.
He goes crazy.
He said Zad Trap.
Yeah.
And I can already picture what the fuck that shit sounds like,
right?
bro.
Yeah. I have one project that's sitting on my computer that I just forgot about, but I want to go back and mix it and finish it because it's going to be a banger when it's done. But yeah, we got that. And so I'll be doing stuff on the side. Like, I recently did like a shoegaze type one for him. It's kind of like Deftones sounding. And that one ended up being a banger. And also, shout out Trench Boy. He's our roommate. He does like, I guess you could call it folk punk, but it's like just like some dark, depressing acoustic singer-songwriter shit. And it's fucking awesome. So I've helped him kind of record that and like engineer that. So he's out on all platforms and stuff too. But other than that, right now, I think like for myself, I think definitely I'm going to be sticking with the gothic post-punk type stuff.
Yeah.
No, I actually really enjoyed listening to it like through and through. I was like, okay, yeah, I can actually add this to a playlist somewhere you know, where I want to listen to it, because it introduced something new to me.
Yeah.
And it was easy on the ears. Is the first thing it was
true,
super
yeah.
easy on the ears. Like it was one song after another, and it just kept going and going. I'm like 7 songs in. I'm like, whoa, damn.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. That's
Thank you.
you know, you can listen to a song and be like, okay, I don't really want to listen to this, but I actually got to listen to it, and I was like, you know what, that was really easy on the ears, and I started imagining all that crazy stuff with the name and everything, and then I was like, then I got lost.
Let's go on some fantasy type.
Yeah. That's what it is for music and me. Like I like to imagine things like where would I would be if I was listening to this song, because for the most part, music is mostly nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's the reason I love music, is like, okay, there's 2 short songs. My dad listened to this, and it's fucking Mitsubishi back in the day, and like it'd be like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then so now I have to be more creative, because I'm listening to so much more new music and having to create those memories. Like, oh yeah, I was at my desk one day and I was like, fucking vampire fighting a bear.
Let's go.
Listen to some Zan Trap.
That's a great example. Because I was thinking of some shit like that, bro.
See?
Yeah, I like that. That might have to be.
That might be you and Eurovamp have like a Freddy versus Jason album together.
That'd be
and the
crazy.
bear fighting a vampire.
Oh,
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, like a bear, like some, and then against some blade
Yeah,
type
yeah.
shit.
Yes,
and then
oh
the
God, yes.
vampire bites the bear, becomes a vamp bear, and then
Werebear, bro.
Werebear.
That'd be fucking crazy. Yeah, that'd be sick.
So many ideas come up, bro, at this
Yeah.
place.
That's why I can't sit alone sometimes. I'll be thinking too much crazy shit.
That's why you have the podcast, bro. You just the idea chamber.
That's literally. I was
Really-
listening to the music and I was just like, I was playing games with them and I was like, man, this song's kind of crazy. Like, and then I started thinking about 30 days, 30 nights. I'm like vampires and like bears and like Alaskan bear or whatever. And like that's kind of where my head space is at right now.
That's awesome. Bro.
Yeah, I mean, similar to him, I just think of like where I would be or where this song would fit.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes sense. I just see dark, and it's just like a vampire or a bear
Hell
acting as a vampire or whatever it may be,
Yeah.
and he's ready to go fucking murder some shit.
Let's go, dude. That's what I'm going for, honestly. So
Well, hey, it's getting there. It's there. It's
Yeah,
there.
I mean,
If I was able to imagine all that stuff with the music that you're creating, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
you're going in the right direction, especially with what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, and I want you to know that it's like for people that haven't really listened to your music, so make
Yeah.
sure you guys go check it out. It was really easy to listen to.
Yeah.
You know, it was really easy on the ears. You get a lot of love too. Like I was in I always read the comments and stuff. Of
course.
So I'm like reading them, like they're like, yeah, this song saved my life and stuff. Like those random comments, and you're like, and I was like, damn, okay, yeah. So it does. That music is in a space for certain people.
yeah,
You know, that are in a dark place, and you know, or just love the music.
yeah. I that is something I'm really going for too. Is apart from like the crazy dark imagery and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like I don't want to be somebody that's like trying to romanticize or glorify that.
Right.
But like, you know, have my music be a place to where people can relate to that, you know, because, you know, I've been through some dark shit, and, you know, I surround myself with people that have been through some dark shit and they've come out on the other side. And sometimes you just need, and for me too, I listen to a lot of music that's like dark like that because I've been there, and like, you know, I still get depressed and shit sometimes, and I need like something to listen to kind of like to be a muse for that in a way.
Yeah.
Kind of like vicariously, you know.
Like reminded.
Yeah.
In a sense, yeah.
Yeah, and just be like, oh, and like I'm more grateful, you know. So it's like, it's really cool, and like, you know, I never want to be like, oh, I'm famous or anything, because I'm far from that, you know. I'm far from like blowing up or anything, but it's really cool to see the growth that I've gotten, like, because I only started this in November of last year. And,
Really?
yeah,
That was okay.
and you know, just
2023,
yeah, seeing the growth and people connecting with it, and you know, feeling like they could listen to it and that it's helping them. That's like my dream, you know, even if it's a couple people. So
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it, because like once again, like before you did that, you didn't have anybody in a sense, right, that would relate to that music, and then you did it, and then you're like, wow, there's actually people that enjoy this and can relate to me, and then become fans and then support me, even if it is 5 people, 2 people. It was more than you had before, you know.
yeah, exactly, exactly. And I'd rather have, you know, like 4 or 5 people that, you know, support me, and that, you know, I could call them friends,
Right.
and then be like, you know, make one song, have it blow up and have 1 million monthly listeners, but but that's all that I'm known for.
That's all it would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has no like. What's the right word? It just has no depth, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of where music is at. Music is in a weird state right now. Where like, there's a lot of one track hitters like just out there just really doing it because of TikTok blowing it up. But then you start to realize like that's not. I see music going back into a place where the artistry is more important than the actual music that they're putting out now.
Yeah.
And then they're starting to become themselves again because the last few years a lot of people in music have just lost
it
who
makes
they were.
Me so mad because this is a prime example right here. Steve Lacy from the internet. Okay, he had Dark Red. He had his own tape, his own EP, and then he dropped another album with Bad Habits, which was I Wish I Knew. That song that blew up on TikTok. I enjoyed that song, and then TikTok blew it up. And what happens? He went on tour, and his fans like he wasn't happy with his fans or the people that were there because they didn't know any other song besides that one song and just the chorus.
Yeah.
And so it was just one of those things where it's like, I am better than that one song that you guys continue to overplay. Like I have so much more to provide, but you guys just are stuck on one thing.
Yeah, just stuck on it. I've progressed past this.
Yeah.
And record labels are pushing that narrative, though. They want everyone just to have that one song because they know they can blow up on TikTok and make millions off of it. And the artist is sitting here like, well, what am I going to do over the next 6 months now? Like that song, you guys want to play it out. I can't really. And there was a thing going on Reddit where people are talking about like the music industry, like and how they're signing people now.
Yeah,
it's like, can we sell one song with you? That's all.
I know, which is crazy. Yeah, is it really just one song?
Yeah, just one song.
Oof, man,
and like now,
tough.
there's like you don't have to make it long. They're making the criteria for like 2 minutes, 30 seconds and less. I'm like,
terrible.
I know that's how it is. Like especially with like EDM and stuff. Like they'll make a track and they'll sign their one EDM song over to a label.
I know that's that's how John Summit kind of blew up. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but no, I think like low key there's kind of been like that, the polar opposite in the industry since the beginning of time. Like, the people that sign with a label just to make the hit, and that's all they're known for. And then there's the people that were making music that like, they wanted to make and that had substance. And I mean, like nowadays, we probably know a lot of those bands now because it's been a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like, like Pink Floyd or, all the classics. Like
yeah.
Rush. Rush is one of my favorite bands growing up. A nerdy fucking progressive band. But, they never signed to a label and they just kind of built their fan base from the ground up. And, there was people, they got hate in the magazines and stuff. But
I was reading an article about that. I can't remember what band it was. And they didn't sign to a label and they made their own website and they had their own fan base and they said, here, if you want to support us, just buy this here. I can't remember what band it was. I don't want to say Deftones because I don't think it was them.
No, Deftones is
was
pretty big in the world.
But it's a pretty big band. I can't remember the name, dude. And I was just reading about that. Dang, that sucks. Well,
that'd be interesting to know.
But like music is changing every day, of how artistry is coming back into play. Tyler did that interview recently. Tyler, the creator, he did the interview recently. And he's like
frying everybody.
He's cooking everyone right now.
He's frying all the new rappers.
Yeah, new rappers.
Yeah.
Who was that kid? Ian.
Ian.
And
I'm not gonna lie. Ian, some of his shits is fire to me. I get what Tyler's saying because it is.
You're not about that life though.
And that's what I keep telling myself that I was like, damn, you played rugby at Clemson.
Yeah.
Like you aren't doing any of this shit you're saying. Like,
yeah.
But in reality, but he's just flexing like that he has money. That he smokes weed. And I'm like, anybody can do that. Like anybody can flex to have money and they smoke weed. Like that's what it is.
But then the record labels see that and they want to push that narrative with him because he has a different image. That's not
and he's white
in hip hop, right? So it's like now we can push him out because he's doing this same thing that every damn 15 or 16-year-old is rapping about.
Something they can connect with.
Because he's white, they're like, we can actually put an image behind him and be like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
So that's what Tyler's all he's trying to say. He's like, yeah, dude, rap if you want. Rap saved my life, but don't rap about shit that you're not about.
Yeah, exactly. No, that stuff sends me too. I have a hard time with that, like the whole flex, but I love Tyler too, so I agree with him.
Yeah. And the interview is so fun because I was like, he's not wrong, but I'm still going to go listen to you.
He said, he's not wrong. But that shit's hard, and I'm gonna listen to it.
Dude, I don't even know who Ian is. I never heard of it.
I didn't know who he was until that interview, and I went to go check out a song that they were talking about, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it."
He's had a handful of songs. It's like one of those things where he dropped an album, He's a song called Magic Johnson that blew up for him, and there's actually another song, and then he has a song with Lil Yachty called Hate Me that blew up.
Okay.
So it's just I don't know, like he sounds like every other rapper that is trying to come up now, and the fact that he's white and not black, and like he has that sound. It's like, oh shit, this is cool.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it's cool that he's doing it,
yeah.
but like when everyone else is doing it, it's like there's just another rapper trying to make it.
Yeah.
So that's the narrative that Tyler's trying to put out there. It's like, dude, there's so many other rappers that are doing the same music, but he makes it because of his image.
Yeah.
His beats go crazy. I don't know who's making his beats.
Do,
That's what it is too.
I don't know who's making his beats, but those beats do go crazy.
I'll have to check it out just to check it out.
Yeah. His music's not bad.
It really is.
It's not. But when you really like go down to it, it's like, are you really gonna listen to someone that's rapping about fake stuff that they're not doing, or are you gonna go, find the rapper that actually, because what he called, someone was making fun of Gucci Mane.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, somebody was making fun of Gucci Mane, and someone on the internet was like, "You're making fun of Gucci Mane? Like, you cannot say that shit because he was a pioneer in that."
Oh yeah,
era of music.
He was a trapper for
yeah,
sure.
He was a legit trapper. He did time.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro is not faking it.
Yeah.
Not one bit.
It's one of those things too. Like, I love Lil Yachty too as an artist now, but he blew up because he was rapping about things that he never did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. And he even admits in interviews, like, no, I never drank lean. I never smoked weed. I didn't drink alcohol. Like, I didn't do shit. I just ate pizza and stayed at home and made music. Like, so that's literally what he said.
I respect that, though,
But
he's
out
being honest.
He's saying, he's saying that he did that. He's like, if you guys liked it, I made music because it's fun to me, And it's just one of those things, like, I'm not trying to blah, 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 but like, he's telling the truth. Like, I didn't do any of that.
Do you guys know Tara Reid? He kind of runs with like Poya and that kind of alternative.
Oh, Poya?
Yeah. Okay. But Tara Reid, he's like a OG Vine comedian with like Nick Coletti and those people. But he makes like West Coast kind of infused with like alternative rap bangers, and like he has songs with these crazy ass lyrics. But then he's been on like Genius and stuff, and he's like, I never did any of this. I just thought it was funny, and like that I can respect. But like when people are really trying to, act hard, but they're not.
And I don't think Ian has ever actually came out and interview you. I haven't seen him have an interview and say like, I don't do this, or like, I haven't even seen an interview.
He got called out before he actually put it out. That's what it is.
Yeah,
because it's different when you're like, talking about it before.
Yeah, he hasn't even been able to like, I wouldn't say clean his name, but like he hasn't been able to actually show people who he actually is.
Yeah,
because he blew up. He actually blew up so fast.
Yeah,
like, it was so fast. It was like it was like 6 months, and his shit was just boom.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It was like that little Tekka interview on Genius. He's like,
I didn't do that. Yeah.
Like, I got black, I got white, what you want? He's like, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. It just sounded cool.
I heard it. Somebody said it. I liked it. I used it.
Yeah, same Lil Tekka. Lil Tekka doesn't do any of that shit that he says too.
He's like, I don't even got any bitches.
Yeah, he's like, I got no bitches. I don't got no guns. This shit just sounds cool.
Yeah, right. Fuck it. Do what you want to do,
No, 100%. I'm not here to judge. Like, once again, if the music is good and it sounds good, then it sounds good, and you have fun with it,
Yeah.
But see, then that's the thing for me is that, I love music so much that I do miss the actual, there's artistry in making music and just saying what you want, but there's so much more when you're actually telling the story and it's coming from a real place.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. And so it's easier for me to connect with anyone making music. Like, I remember when I was a kid that did that.
Yeah.
Or I was a kid, or I remember in that spot where my parents were telling me stories about what they had to go through and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's what music is for me still.
True.
So when I'm listening to it, I'm like, damn, you don't know who's really faking the funk now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
because there's so much people making music, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's also beautiful though, is that there's so much music though.
Yeah. There's so, like, I'd probably go crazy if I tried to find all the music. There's so much, but
yeah,
I think it's good to have a balance too of like, stuff that you can really like reminisce and like think deeply on and connect with. And then like if you're just like chilling in a parking lot with your homies, just bumping some stupid shit, like having fun.
100%. Yeah.
I think it's good to have fun sometimes with like music that you're listening to as well.
There's a place and time for everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Like there's a place and time where like if I want to be sad, I'll listen to some fucking sad shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is crazy because Tyler had me listen to Waka Flocka like I was down with that life.
Oh my god!
Because that was all.
Tyler just Oh my god!
I remember we were in a SUV, and then we had like 6 people in the car, and there was 2 people in the trunk, and then we were at Walmart by Jordan Landing, and then these like kids were walking, or like not even kids, it was probably the same age as us, but they're walking by, and I'm just bumping Waka Flocka. They're like, Tyler, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And they just started yelling at us. I'm like, okay, Tyler got the influence on this generation now.
They had me. He had me in a choke. Like Future had me in a chokehold junior high and in high school. I was an obnoxious little shit, bro, because of him.
Yeah, they've dropped absolute bangers, bro. Yeah. I remember that, dude. I miss. Yeah,
it's a crazy time.
It's so good.
I always reminisce on that time.
Yeah, everyone started wearing like polos, like shirts like these, like. People's style changed and shit because of them. Mm-hmm. It was cool.
They got the long socks, the Vans, the cargos, and then they had the button ups.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The Old Navy shirts. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was so hard in Utah to find all that, what they were wearing, because it was like mostly Supreme or skater stuff.
Yeah. Old Navy did have all that shit.
Old Navy, and then who was it? Like American Eagle.
Yeah.
Because they had
Hollister and
Hollister,
shit.
They had the blank ones, but it was like at that time it was getting uncool to wear that stuff. Mm-hmm. But then Tyler started coming out and he's wearing the button ups and skateboard stuff, and then people were just trying to wear it too.
Yeah.
That shit's funny.
Banger. Made nerdy shit cool. That shit's dope.
Yeah, it's definitely someone I really look up to. Not even just like in music, but just like as a businessman and like a person himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's definitely like paved a creative wave for a lot of people to come into this industry and be like, you don't have to just do one thing.
Yeah.
Unapologetically himself and made it.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Even with some crazy ass lyrics and shit. Like, just,
bro.
Like
the wild shit.
What
man.
he said,
like,
he nutted in a pregnant girl and
call it shit a threesome.
And I was like, dude, that shit's so cool.
That's
and the
insane.
fucking the river. I mean, drag your lifeless body to the floor and fucking fuck your shit. I'm like, what the
it's
fuck,
like,
bro?
holy...
I'm 13. Listen to this. Like, yeah, this is hard.
You're like, let's go.
That's exactly.
Bro's really on that horrorcore shit.
Yeah,
he was. He said, I do this shit to piss old white people off like you. Like I said, it was just unfiltered, and that's what I like.
That's what made it fun, though.
Yeah,
because in a time where he was coming up and making music, it was kind of like a breath of fresh air. That someone my age was just coming out and just saying the most outrageous shit.
He was saying shit we wanted to say, though. You know what I mean?
Because at that time, he was going up against some of the likes of Kendrick, J. Cole, Mac, all these guys were making kind of similar storytelling music. Mm-hmm. And then he's coming out and he's saying that crazy shit. I'm like,
just wild
dude.
Shit.
Yeah, we had all the homies listen to that shit. VHS, like that shit, crazy.
Yeah, similar to like some Eminem, like early Eminem.
No, yeah, there
exactly.
you go.
Like,
yeah,
just like
Unfiltered,
shocking people and like
yeah. Because like if anyone listened to Eminem before he went to that the shock factor part of himself, it was like he was actual like a rapper.
Yeah,
he
like
had his one. He had like the one song that was Detroit. He did the 92 until Infinity, and then re-sampled it. Oh, really? And it's just called Infinity, but that is like one of my favorite Eminem songs. Like he did it in like '97,
and
then he changed. Then he went and then he did the other stuff, and he was like doing Superman and all that stuff. And I was like, this shit's like not who I was listening to.
Yeah,
because he was doing that before he blew up, right? He was doing that nasty like in your face, like cruel shit. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, wait, I can make some fucking hits. You want to hear some hits?
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually a rapper.
Yeah.
Aside from the music, though, what do you like to do?
Yeah, man. Obviously, I like to play Magic with my friends.
It's tight.
Vamp, he's one of my close friends. We play hella Magic together.
Yeah, we've been meaning to play Magic with him still.
Yeah.
We all got to get together and just play some Magic.
Dude, I'm so down. I have like 4 decks, so you guys would be in good hands if you guys don't have any cards. He's got hella decks. We got way too many decks. They need to be played with. But I really like, another thing I like to do is, go out, see live music, support like the other local artists. Recently went to the Kilby show.
Oh, really?
And it was Rory Smoke's band.
Oh, yeah. I don't support one. Yeah, that's where I first met you.
That's where you guys met.
Yeah,
okay, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, shouts out to them. That was an amazing show. Yeah, that was insane. And Adam Banks killed it as always.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that shit was really cool. So I love doing that. Mm-hmm. I go to the hardcore shows and stuff. My sister was in a band, and
really?
That scene is really cool too. Like, they do shows outside like a boba shop in West Jordan, and that whole parking lot's full of kids.
Ding Tea?
No, it's called Soda Boba.
Soda Boba? Where is that at?
I guess it might be South Jordan. It's on Redwood Road and like, about 100 and
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, that's
more or less
that's
what-
sick, though.
by the
That's-
Smiths,
Yeah, that's sick.
So you have
What
like
the
they be
Soda
moshing
Bowl,
in the parking lot.
they did a show and then
Did they really?
someone broke their toilet or something.
yeah.
And then so they did a whole ad like to try to get that fixed. So they did like a GoFundMe or something to try to get it fixed.
Oh fuck!
Because they were
no
like,
way.
why would they tried Soda Bowl, but shout out to them for allowing that in the first place to
Yeah.
have stuff like that to help with not just their business but
like-
give people an opportunity to
Yeah,
do
that's
stuff.
fire.
Yeah,
as
they
fuck.
they hold free shows and like they had one like it was all the hardcore bands and metal bands and stuff. They did like
Really?
a festival and that whole parking lot was full.
No way.
It was crazy. Yeah.
When was that?
When did we go to that? That was like
3 months ago.
3 or 4 months ago. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. I would
Yeah.
love to go to that, honestly, just
And
to see.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome. The hardcore scene's really cool. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of hardcore, but
Right.
these kids, they're like super nice. They look kind of edgy and alternative, you know. You're like,
they look kind of edgy.
they be hitting each other and kicking each other. But then, like, you know, I brought my baby. He was like a month old, and I was there at the show with him, and he was just chilling, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's a baby," you know. This is so hype, you know?
At a show.
Everyone's all gentle and stuff, you know. But so yeah, I definitely love the music scene here. It's really cool. And seeing like at the Kilby show, the kind of alternative and the rap kind of
come together. Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. I love hanging out with my family. I got a really cool family, brand new. My son Augustus, he was born. He's about to turn 4 months now.
Tight.
That's been really a lot, but exciting.
Yeah.
And amazing. I love just any time I get to spend with my friends, even if it's like an hour. You know, we go to these recovery meetings and stuff. Just seeing them there is awesome, and that's also another big part of my life is recovery. Because if I didn't have something to go, you know, like maintain my mental health, I'd probably go off the rails.
Right.
So other than that, man, my life's so busy that I don't really have time for much else.
Yeah.
But,
There's just little things that you can make work
Appreciate.
out, right? That you do
Yeah.
appreciate. You, if
Yeah.
anything, you appreciate the time that it's well spent.
yeah.
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 Yeah,
The time I'm not at work, and which I'm grateful I have a job, but
yeah,
yeah, just time that I can, you know, be grateful for the people around me and stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Shout out to you. Shout out to them.
Yeah,
shout out to the family. You know, that's
Yeah.
It really makes things easier in life when you have
Yeah.
people surrounding you that, you know, life can be really dark, but then when you have like everyone in you that combines and make this one big light, you're like, you have a reason to really want to do stuff,
to
you
walk,
know?
to
Yeah.
live. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Exactly.
You said that you're going to be dropping your album November, right?
October.
October, yeah.
Halloween.
October, no, I wish. That'd be so sick.
That'd be, hey.
October, I believe it's the 12th, October 12th.
We're gonna hold that to you.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for some albums to come out. We haven't seen it. Yet.
Yeah, let's go.
Jax
Oh, yeah, Jay Jax is ass. God damn
calling
it.
you out right
Dropping
now.
an album soon, bro.
He said end of July. We're already halfway through August.
That's just how it
May
is,
and then-
bro.
And I
yeah,
get it.
I get it. And it's also when you're working with someone as amazing as Adam,
Yeah.
you know,
He's working with so many people.
he's making you're making your sound and making it who you are.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you have to like really work on this to put it together.
Yeah. Adam, I've been in for a couple studio sessions, and he really, I really admire the way he works.
Yeah.
I've seen him, you know, like with Eurovamp, he's really good at recording. But you know, Adam's like, you know, do this, sing this like this, and like he's not telling him what to do, but he's like he's got an ear that's really good, and
Makes
he knows
it
what
sound
he's
better.
doing. So, but yeah, the album on October 12th, and it's actually cool because I'm having like a Slug magazine localized showcase show.
Really? That's far.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a week after.
Tight.
On the 17th of October.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Let
That's
us know.
fire.
When it comes around, let us know so we can do some coverage
say,
over there
yeah,
because I
you
would
could-
love to
So down.
be
yeah.
at that.
Are you going to do like, I mean, I guess depends on how well it does, but like your goal is to go on tour, like do a couple shows?
Dude, hopefully,
Yeah.
yeah. I've played about like 7 to 8 shows maybe.
Okay.
Locally.
Yeah.
But I mean, my goal is definitely not to be. I don't want to really be a local artist that just gets stuck
course,
here. You
of
know.
course.
But you know, once I get the finances for it, and like, you know, hopefully I could find somebody to help me plan it out. Find another artist to go on tour with.
Yeah.
Like I've jokingly kind of said to Ferrari Smoke, like, yo, we should go on tour eventually. but like I'm like also low key serious.
Yeah,
like
I'm.
you know,
Come on, bro.
Ferrari, and that's actually one person that would be great to go on tour with because he has the rap, but then he's also going into the rock stuff. He's going into the band stuff, so he can kind of change it up depending on what city you guys are in, the crowd that's going to be there.
Yeah,
and the different types of people that get to see your music now.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that would be really cool to see you guys go on tour.
Yeah, something like that. And other than that, I mean, a really big thing that I'm excited for is my label. He's got connections with somebody that does. He's like one of the bosses of. It's called Wave Gothic Treffen in Germany, and it's supposedly like the biggest Gothic music festival in the world. So I'm going to be going over there in June to perform at that.
Next year?
Next year, yeah.
Really?
You a cameraman?
Yeah.
That's
Dude,
tight, bro.
If you want to come along, I might be broke after, but if you guys want to come, like, come through.
That's an opportunity, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Especially like across the, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. When you're, it's different when your music is, listened to here, but then when it's around the world and you see those kind of, because I remember the first time I saw like someone watching from India, like or Cambodia, just on our videos, I thought that was the craziest thing, but it's because the guests that we have on, so it's like there's some family members or anything, but I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
And so especially for music, you guys get listeners everywhere, and it's got to be a great feeling that you can go somewhere where your record label's at and do a music festival, the biggest Gothic music festival, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be pretty cool to see. Yeah, dude, if it's
sick.
I thought it was a joke. I was like, the biggest Gothic. What are you talking about?
You're trying to look it up?
I looked up what is the biggest Gothic music festival, and it was that. And I was like, well, I'm scared, but it's gonna be fun. It'll be cool.
You got a whole year to prepare.
Yeah.
And you'll have more music by then.
Oh yeah.
know?
Yeah,
So-
well, his album will be out. He
Yeah.
already has a lot of singles and stuff, and EP.
Yeah, and I'm starting to work on my second album now.
Wow.
And a lot of my album that's gonna drop is gonna be stuff that's already released. Kind of do like a waterfall release thing.
Couple new songs. But
Couple new songs, music video stuff. But I'm already starting on my second album, so by then I'll probably be done with that too. And I'm fucking stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I say this to every artist, but I need a short film made with your music behind it because once again, it's going back and like being creative and like trying to figure out how ways like I want to listen to the music. And I just really imagine your music behind a picture, behind a video, behind a frame.
Yeah.
That, that can put up some type of imagination and that can build off of your music.
Yeah. Yeah. That is my goal. And you said you want to make a short film with the music?
Shoot, if you can, we can figure it out. I have a camera. I have a little setup we can do. I'm down. Like I can edit.
Yeah.
If we can really sit down, you can really put this picture in my head, and it's something that we can really work on. I'm down.
I'm down, man.
Like I did a music video for Club Mungo. The guys from Ogden. Shout out to the boys. But like I'm open to trying new things and seeing what we can do.
Yeah.
If it's a short film, if we're just doing like one song, it's not going to be longer than 3 minutes, and it'd be something we play with. Maybe something can like snowball.
I'm so down. And I'll be doing something similar with Anthony. Hopefully, I'm excited to see what he comes up with.
Maybe I should go sit with you guys. That's who I should sit with, Anthony. Because him and Ian's like creative process is so crazy.
Yeah,
they're kind of come up with stuff.
I'm terrible with visual shit. I can create visual in my head with music, but like when it comes to actually like doing visual stuff, I'm like, I just get lost. I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
but that would be awesome.
Okay. Yeah, that's something I would be excited to try out. It'd be something simple, but we can collaborate and like come up with something for sure.
Hell yeah.
We have a question here. It's the fun question. If you had to make a dream album with one artist from each genre, not artist, but one rapper, one singer, and one producer, and this is your album.
Okay.
Dead or alive, what 3 artists and would you have on your album?
Okay. Does it have to be a rapper?
I mean, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It's we've been saying rapper because like it gives you one of each.
Yeah, like artist, producer.
Yeah.
I think I could figure out. I'll do it in like the realm of my music, like gothic, post punk stuff.
Yeah.
I had to say my biggest inspiration is right now. His name's Vestron Vulture, and I think he'd be the rapper that I guess you could say. He's not a rapper, but the artist. I just love all of his music, and he does like he did sound like some of the soundtrack of Hotline Miami too and stuff like that.
Okay.
So he would be the rapper in this case for me. And you said producer?
Yeah, producer and like a singer.
And a singer.
And this all collaborates with you. So you're the main everything
if
on
you
this
want
album.
a band, then yeah, you can. I would say a band if you would want.
Yeah, you can also do a band.
Okay, a band and a producer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Producer. I might go into hip hop with producer because
they are pretty versatile.
Yeah.
Honestly, when it comes
like
to
Alchemist. Alchemist goes crazy with
I
what
love
he's
the
been doing
Alchemist.
lately.
He's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Probably Madlib on that one because Madlib is just crazy.
Damn.
He has some crazy.
Wow.
See if Madlib could produce a
That's what I'm
post-punk
saying.
album.
Yeah,
That'd be crazy.
I'm thinking about that. I'm like, huh.
He works with he works with a lot of amazing but strange artists too.
He does. He does.
You know, and so I think he would. I think if anyone can do it, it would be him. 'Cause like, when they did the Quasimodo stuff, like that shit goes crazy. You know, but that's like a whole different persona of someone else. You know.
So yeah, maybe that is getting all kind of mixed up here, but I'll go with a band then, and it'd probably be The Cure.
Oh,
because just musically they're like just top tier in my like the melodies they make and stuff. They're like the emotions they capture. They're just amazing. So yeah, Vestron Vulture for like the rapper.
Yeah,
he's not a rapper, but
but kind of like a voiceover. Kind of like,
the feature of like a voice and Madlib to produce. Maybe we would do some like infused hip hop shit and The Cure.
Okay.
Band.
Yeah.
Just imagine going on tour and you have The Cure as your live band.
You got Madlib in the back just fucking on the NPC.
That'd be crazy, dude.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay. No, and it's fun to ask that question because, you know, there's so many different artists that come on, you know, whether they're singers or rappers. But in your genre of music, this is something we've never even touched on.
Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of see where you would go with it. And of course, I didn't know who the first one is, but I know who The Cure and then Madlib. And then
But
hearing your music and putting it together, I'm like, that could work.
And nobody's named any of those artists or producers at all. So
crazy. Yeah. Definitely go check out Vestron Vulture. He makes shit that sounds like it's like post-punk dark wave, but it sounds like it's in a dark basement or something.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that sound a lot for some reason.
Yeah. Listen to his album Lionheart.
Okay.
It's a banger.
You have been getting a little edgy lately.
Yeah.
There's an artist I showed Eurovamp, and his name is Psyche. I think you should listen to him.
Okay.
But he raps more than he sings.
Okay.
But the beats is like I don't know how to say it, but it's like post punk almost, you could say.
Okay.
But he's like, I don't know. You got to listen to it, bro.
I'll have to check it out. How do you spell it?
It's PSYCHI. Psyche.
Psyche. Okay. I could remember that.
What was it?
Jordy, take a mental note.
He's like, wait, what was that song in the car?
He just has like a little EP called Goat Boy.
Okay.
And it's like 6 songs. But I've been banging that like since it came out. It's so good. Yeah. Eam Triplin put me on. If you know who Eam Triplin, he's like a new rapper now. And he just said he's been listening to this guy named Psyche, and I was like, oh, I'll go listen. And it's actually really good.
Let's go. That's the best when you find.
Yeah. He doesn't, and he's really low key. Like
there's
there's not that many people that follow him and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, dude, you're pretty good. But he hasn't made any new songs yet, so I'm like, I'll wait.
Yeah.
But I was gonna ask, for new listeners and new viewers and new fans, right? Like, what's one song that you would introduce them to? That's Balduvian Bears
that I have released
that you
currently.
That you have out. Like, what's something like, hey, dude, what do you do? Like, and then you tell them like, oh, I'm an artist, and they're like, okay, what's one song you'd like? First song you gotta listen to as a new fan.
I think the one that captures like Balduvian Bears the best. That like, I was even with my girlfriend the other day, and I was playing it. She was like, she's like so supportive. She's like, I think this is actually my favorite song. But we played this one and she's like, nah, this one is Balduvian Bears. So I'm going to say this one because I agree.
Yeah.
It's Am I Here with the question mark. Okay. Yeah, Am I Here? I think that one's one of my favorites I've ever made. And I feel like that kind of captures the essence of Balduvian Bears. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
There you go, guys. Make sure you guys check it out.
Am I Here?
Am I Here?
That's introduction to Balduvian Bears.
Yeah.
Fire. Yeah. But we're coming towards the end of the podcast. This is where we usually open the platform. If you have any questions for us, if you have like topics or like stuff you want to talk about, we can. If you're a conspiracy theorist, like you believe in some aliens and shit, like this is a place to speak about it because we love that.
We can't even get started on that shit. I'll go too deep into that.
That's fine.
I'll go into an existential crisis.
Yeah. We'll extend it out. Okay, we're gonna keep the podcast going. I want you to ask something crazy. Like what is a conspiracy for Moose? For Moose, our boy is our neighborhood conspiracy theorist.
Okay.
Oh God.
What is one of your favorite conspiracies out there?
Ooh, this one's Jordy knows. It's actually it's called.
You got Jordy laughing in the back. He's like, yep.
It's called.
He's like, don't do this in public.
It's called, and it's really not that like crazy or weird, but it is. It's like kind of like you never really think about it. It's called Tartaria and the mud floods. You guys know about that? Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
Enlighten me.
So Tartaria it's basically like the theory that like there was a more advanced civilization in the past.
Oh, okay.
And it got wiped out, like a reset. Mm-hmm. And the reason they think this is because there's like certain architecture and stuff that they've found that is supposed to be like a couple 100 years old or something.
Right.
And like, for example, the World's Fair. Mm-hmm. They pulled up to the World's Fair like in the early 1800s and shit, like when America's a new thing. And they'd pull up to these World's Fairs and there's like these crazy like, you know, Washington, D.C., like Roman architecture built up.
Yeah.
But what they were saying is that they built those just for the fair in 2 months, like before the fair,
and
bullshit. Then tore them down. So, like, the theory is, like, when people came to America, they found those buildings that were already here.
Yeah.
And also another part of it is, like, you know, we're supposedly supposed to be pretty advanced now in our society. But, like, with the tools that we have, it's, like, nearly impossible to recreate what... Mm-hmm. That architecture was.
Well, it's like Atlantis, essentially.
Like Atlantis type stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but for the world, you know, there's a lot.
But I agree. I think that we're living post-apocalyptic in a sense, where like it just got flushed out. The world just got, you know, and now we're just like they're hiding the truth from us.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of videos in the Grand Canyon and shit, so I've been like really into that.
Well, winners write the history, and they don't want us to know what the actual history is.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like one of those things where I also believe, while on this topic, I believe that the world is a lot bigger than they show us.
Yeah.
And I believe that there is shit outside of Antarctica.
Yeah, and like some flat Earth type shit.
Yeah, and I don't think hold on.
He believes in ice walls.
I believe in ice walls.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily believe that the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
And maybe it is. Who knows?
Might be a donut.
Well,
yeah, it might be some.
It could be anything at this point.
It really could be, you know.
Yeah.
But I just think that there's land outside of Antarctica, and they're just not letting us travel out there because
stuff
it's
like
too dangerous.
Hunter
shit, yeah. Like fucking One Piece, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking One Piece, where the Void Century is real. Like they fucking blew everything up, and they just fucking. Sorry, this is what actually happened. We won. We want to control the world. Here it is.
Yeah, and a lot of the Tartarian people, they touch on that too. Like, oh, there's outside the ice wall, because a lot of like the flat earthers and the Tartarian people, they like talk about the same thing.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a good guy he's like to watch to like get more information about the Tartarian stuff, it's really boring and like hard to watch because he kind of talks in like this monotone accent and he shows pictures. But he lives in Utah.
Oh, really?
He goes to like the Salt Lake Temple and stuff and shows that like tries to prove that like, you know, this shit was just already here.
We need to get him on the podcast.
Yeah, his name, dude. He's like elusive as hell.
What is his name?
It's John Levi. JONLEVI. Yeah, it's crazy. John,
if you're out there, I'm looking for you.
Good luck, man. He seems like he's like.
Well, he's always at the temple, right?
Yeah.
So
you might be able to find if you see somebody just like.
We need you on the podcast, sir. You need to give us a class, a lesson.
I need everyone to hear your story.
Yeah, he showed a picture of the Salt Lake Temple from like above in like the early 1800s. In the top of the Tabernacle building, it said Salt Lake Airport. Yeah.
Damn.
What?
Yeah, it was weird.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Some weird shit.
All right.
But supposedly Salt Lake has a bunch of like this Tartarian architecture stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
It would make sense too because
that,
like when you think about Utah after the Ice Age, right? Then you think about like, okay, this was all a dome. That's why they said it's a flood place, right?
It is, yeah.
So that could also wiped it out, or they could have just took it down real quick, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Mormons,
Utah,
man.
The Mormons took it down.
They rewrote the history. Those Mormons did it, man.
Dude.
Just, I'm kidding.
It's very possible.
Careful.
I know. It's just a joke. I fuck with y'all, man.
Yeah, Coca-Cola's lit.
So is black coffee. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but not hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure that shit's ice.
Yeah.
We're good.
That's what it is, huh? There's always loopholes in their religion.
Yeah, but
Soaking.
There's a bunch, man.
We just had our pop up. We were out down in shout out Thrift. Sorry, we had to leave because we got flooded out. But Omar, Omar is selling his shirt from Hoodlum. It's I soaked at BYU, and all I got was a shirt,
t-shirt,
and this t-shirt, and it's so funny because we had people like walking up to him and we're like, "Yo, you can't sell this here."
That's crazy.
Were they saying
We were in Provo.
Oh, the Thrift RX?
Yeah,
They're saying you can't sell this here?
No, like some Mormons were
Get
walking
out of
by.
here.
That's crazy.
And then, but then some Mormons were like walking by, like that's kind of funny. Yeah. So it's like it's not for everyone, but it's really funny.
It's just like we're poking fun, man. It's
Yeah.
not like it. And if you do it, and you're the one who's getting offended, it seems like you've done it before.
Yeah, you probably did that. Like,
Literally, people were walking by, and he's like, "Y'all ever soak before?" And one guy was like, "No, I just do the real thing." He goes, "No, you look like a soaker." And the guy was just walking
crazy.
off, and I'm like, "Dude, stop!"
I'd die, bro. I'd literally I'd lose my breath.
He's going crazy with that T-shirt right now.
I'm gonna have to cop one.
Yeah, there was who bought that shirt? James Sale bought that fucking shirt for him. Oh, yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, check him out. Hoodlum.com with no U.
No, you.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah,
He's funny as
use
fuck.
code OTM if you guys want 5% off, 10%. I don't know. I'll text them.
Yeah.
Just use our code 15. Okay, we get 15% off, guys.
off.
It's $35 tee. We'll make it like 30 something, free shipping, whatever. That's how we look at it.
That's an absolute heater right there.
Now sponsor this video.
This episode is brought to you by John Levi. Where are you?
Yeah, where you at, bro? Come on, I want to talk to you.
That would be kind of. I'll do if we do that episode. I'm going to have to bring you back.
Yeah, I have to bring you
I'll
back.
come
We'll
back.
I have to bring you
Jack,
back for that one.
Yeah.
Special guest host.
My stepmom does podcasts. If you're into like Christian religion stuff, I forgot what it's called.
Good steps on you are. I'm fucking with you, bro.
I forgot. Yeah, I know, right? Oh man. Anyways, it's good. I listened to it. She's been trying to like get a hold of him and stuff because I told her about the Tartarian stuff like when I was in the midst of my like psychosis.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to like, explain it, but she's been trying to get a hold of him and he's just like off the map, He's like off the grid. But he's always dropping videos, so it's like there's gotta be a way.
Yeah, you're somewhere.
Yeah.
You're somewhere, motherfucker.
We might have to find him. We'll
Gotta make
hunt
this
him
real
down,
and
man.
like keep sending it out to everyone.
Yeah.
Eventually, somebody on the podcast will be like, "Yeah, I know him. That's my cousin."
Yeah, right.
They'll be like, "Yeah, please bring him on. I need to hear this stuff."
He's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
He's kind of cooked.
Oh, I remembered the name. I'm not a bad stepson.
That's the name of it. That'd be crazy.
It's called Unfiltered Rise.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Shout out to that.
good.
Shout out to my stepmom.
So just speaks on like religion and Christianity and like
Just like deeper stuff, like
the actual root of everything and
Yeah, she grew up Mormon and stuff, so she's
Right.
kind of like anti that.
So she had a transition phase where she did understand being a Mormon, but also found faith in and then Christianity.
She kind of touches into like some deeper like esoteric type stuff too, and like just like deeper lore that you can think about if you're into all that stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, really interesting. But yeah, I just had to say that so I didn't come off as a bad stepson.
I would
Shout out to Mom and Heidi, and shout out to my whole family. I love you guys.
Yeah, shout out to the fam. But no, that was great.
That's awesome.
So you have project album coming out October 12th. Make sure you guys go and check it out. Make sure you guys go and check out music that's been released already. You said some of the stuff that's already out is going to be on the album. So get familiar with it. Maybe you guys will see a short film by us together. A collaboration from Off the Menu.
I might be the bear with a knife. I don't know.
Let's go.
Yeah, something. Or a human holding a bare head.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
then,
whatever.
But at the end, it just grows a body. It
It just comes back.
Yeah. There's that. I watched this video. It was just funny. This guy, he has a nub as a leg, and he puts it in a bag of dirt. And then at the end of the video, it grows back. And I was like, this fool's crazy.
That's insane.
So, and I was like,
the fuck?
so I just imagine now the bear growing out of it.
Just out of the
A
mask.
fucking bag of dirt.
Yeah. Boom. It's like, that's how Michael Myers keeps coming back, dude.
Yeah.
Just don't kill him
Oh
on
my
the ground. He
fucking
just
Christ.
grows back.
Just some crazy sound effects, like crackling and shit, coming back out of the mask.
What is this, witchcraft?
Right? Fuck.
But no, thank you for coming and joining us on the podcast, sharing your story with us, bantering with us a little, having fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we gotta run this back and like do some crazy stuff with your music, some music videos, some maybe just short films.
Yeah, so down.
Yeah. But we have a segment here. It's called the Chef Special. It's free advice to the viewers. Mm-hmm. Something you've taken in life that you live by, and you maybe can help someone else out there.
Ooh, that's tough because I'm constantly filling my head with this positive shit.
Well, hey, man.
Yeah, let them know.
Yeah.
Shit.
Something that just you resonate with. You remind yourself every day, type of thing.
Yeah, something that I've learned from my personal experience and myself is that, and it kind of sounds negative coming off, but in like the long run, it's positive. Like I am the creator of my own misery.
100%.
So if you're like having a hard time, it's best to not blame other people. But to, look at yourself and realize that you are the cause of your own problems and you have the power to change some stuff.
Yep.
Obviously there's stuff you can't control, but so, like the famous prayer says, you could have the wisdom to change the things you can. And that really is only yourself. So that's something that's helped me a lot in life. And now I don't feel like, I'm always in such a pity party, and I can move forward, and I still bitch and moan and stuff, but at the end of the day, I know that like I have the power to control the way I respond to things and people and
100%.
life. And so, I think that's the biggest thing that's resonating with me, like presently.
Yeah. So, no, I love that.
You're the ruler of your own demise. At the end of the day.
I love that.
That's just what it is.
Because a lot of people are playing the blame game in life, and you kind of like see that, and you're like, man, maybe I shouldn't be blaming that person, or maybe I shouldn't, because really it's your own fault.
Yeah.
Right? For like trusting that person or whatever. Maybe you will make your own decisions. 100%.
Yeah,
for sure.
Something I've been talking to about a lot with like my sponsor and stuff in recovery is like just expectations of people.
Yep.
Like expect people to be a certain way when like it might be unrealistic, or maybe they just can't control, something about them that you find annoying or whatever. It's like, whatever you like, just don't have expectations of people, it makes life a lot easier, which is something that's very hard for me to learn, but something that I'm trying to learn and be better at. So.
Yeah. Can't expect yourself out of others,
Yeah.
It's one of those things. It's one of those things.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of my faults for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
Anyways, stop being a fucking weenie and fucking change your perspective.
Yeah, facts.
But that is the episode. Thank you, Zach, for coming and joining us, Balduvian Bears. Make sure you guys check out everything in the description below. We'll listen to the music. And stay tuned for October 12th. An album rollout.
Play excellent.
But as episode 105 Off the Menu Podcast. Peace out, y'all.
Play excellent.
Peace.
Play beautiful. Play proper, stupid.
John Levi, we're looking.